I watched my fiancée kiss another man. 10 minutes later, she texted me, "I love you." That was the moment everything inside me shifted. The woman I trusted with my future was living a second life. And I was the only one who didn't know. I met her when I was 27. She felt calm, grounded, safe. After growing up with a father who disappeared, and a house full of silence, safe felt like love. She listened when I spoke. She remembered small details. My coffee order. My childhood stories. The way I hated thunderstorms. I thought that meant she cared deeply. Maybe she did. At least in the beginning. We dated for 2 years. We traveled together. We met each other's families. My mother told me, "Don't let this one go." I didn't plan to. I proposed on a quiet evening by the river. She cried. She said yes. She said she couldn't imagine life without me. I believed her. We moved in together. We built routines. Sunday grocery shopping. Friday movie nights. Late night talks about the future. We started planning the wedding. Venues. Music. Guest lists. We argued about small things. And laughed 5 minutes later. It felt normal. Healthy. Stable. That's why I ignored the shift. It started slowly. She became more private with her phone. At first I told myself I was insecure. Then she changed her password. She said it was for work security. I nodded. She started going out with coworkers more often. New names I had never heard before. One name started appearing again and again. Daniel. "Just a colleague," she said. "He's in my department." She mentioned him casually. Too casually. But I didn't want to be the jealous fiancé. So I swallowed the discomfort. Then came the distance. She stopped touching me first. Stopped sending random messages during the day. Stopped looking at me the same way. I would catch her staring into space sometimes, smiling at her phone. When I asked what was funny, she would lock the screen and say, "Nothing." That word became a wall between us. Nothing. "Are you okay?" Nothing. "Is something wrong?" Nothing. 3 months before our wedding, intimacy changed. Less frequent. Less connected. More mechanical. Like she was somewhere else. I told myself stress was normal before a wedding. I told myself love goes through phases. I told myself too many lies. Then came Thursday. She said there was a team dinner. She wore a dress I hadn't seen before. She rarely dressed up for work dinners. I noticed. But I stayed silent. At 11:47 p.m., I texted her. "Heading to bed. Love you?" No reply. Midnight. Still nothing. 1 a.m. A strange feeling crawled up my spine. I opened the location app. She wasn't at the restaurant. She was in a quiet residential area. I stared at the map for a full minute, waiting for it to update, hoping it would change. It didn't. I grabbed my keys. The drive felt unreal. Like I was watching someone else's life. I parked across the street. Lights were on inside the house. Then the front door opened. She walked out. He followed. They were close. Too close. She laughed. He touched her waist. He kissed her forehead. And she didn't pull away. In that moment, I stopped breathing. Not physically. Emotionally. Something inside me shut down. I drove home before she saw me. I needed to see what she would say. She walked in at 2:14 a.m. She smelled different. Like someone else's cologne mixed with her perfume. She froze when she saw me sitting in the dark. "You're still awake?" I asked. "Who is he?" She blinked. "What? Who is he?" Silence. Then, "It's not what you think." I told her I saw them. The house. The kiss. Her face changed. The mask dropped. She started crying. Not loud. Controlled. Careful tears. She said it started 3 months ago. One mistake. Then another. Then feelings. She said she didn't plan it. She said she was confused. She said she loved me. She said she loved him too. That sentence hit harder than the kiss. I asked, why? She said she felt lonely. Lonely. In the same apartment. Where we slept in the same bed. She said he made her feel excited. New. Alive. I realized something painful. I was stability. He was novelty. And she wanted both. I asked if she would have told me. She didn't answer. That was my answer. Over the next days, more truth came out. Late-night messages for almost a year. Private jokes. Plans. Hotel rooms during business trips. Our entire engagement period was layered with lies. I started replaying memories in my head. Every time she smiled at her phone. Every late meeting. Every "I'm tired tonight." They all made sense now. That's the cruel part of betrayal. It rewrites your past. I packed a bag. She begged. She said she would block him. Quit her job. Go to therapy. Anything. But I asked one question. If I didn't see you that night, would you still be doing this? Silence again. I left. The first week alone was heavy. The apartment felt too quiet. I kept reaching for my phone. To text her about random things. Then I remembered. There was no us anymore. Sleep was difficult. My mind replayed the image of them. Over and over. I questioned myself. Was I boring? Was I not enough? Did I miss something? Then slowly. Clarity replaced confusion. Her cheating was not my failure. It was her decision. Months passed. She tried reaching out again. Said it didn't work out with him. Said she made the biggest mistake of her life. I agreed to meet once. For closure. She looked different. Less confident. More fragile. She said she realized what she lost. She said no one understood her like I did. I listened calmly. And I noticed something strange. I wasn't angry. I wasn't heartbroken. I was detached. That's when I knew I had healed. I told her. I loved you honestly. I was loyal. I was present. That's something you can't erase. She cried. I didn't. I stood up. And I walked away. Not because it didn't hurt. But because I finally respected myself more. Then I loved her. Betrayal doesn't just break you. It forces you to confront your boundaries. It forces you to ask why you ignored your instincts. I ignored red flags. Because I was afraid to lose her. In the end, I lost her anyway. But I found something more important. Self-respect. If something feels wrong, don't silence it. If someone makes you question your worth, step back. Love should feel safe. Not confusing. Not secretive. Not divided. Sometimes the person you would have done anything for is the person who teaches you never to abandon yourself again. And that lesson is worth more than the relationship ever was.